Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this session of our lovely adventures in my world of Aitse in the land of Cormundum. How are you feeling this evening? Y'all feeling good?
Woo!
We're
Oh,
awake.
I am
chaos.
feeling with my hands and with my skin.
Mm, mm,
I can
mm,
feel a slight cold breeze coming from my aircon.
mm, mm.
I can feel the salt on my chips as I eat them silently.
I thought he was going to say the salt of my person. I was about to.
Oh, God.
Anyway, how are you guys?
Apparently, I feel like a cushion because my 80-pound dog is like, "Ooh, this looks like a nice place to lay."
Isn't that
Hell,
always the case?
Health.
Mm,
I'm chummy, but that doesn't mean I'm a pillowcase.
You're lovely,
Yes.
but your dog just is a lap dog.
Big
Yeah,
Puppo, tell her I love her.
she knows. That's the problem. She's after the headphones.
But anyways, you guys ready to hop right in?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So, when last we left off, you guys had arrived in Amber, had a very wild night involving undead knocking into the patrons and you knocking the undead out, and looking into this brick that was giving off undead energy.
Bad vibes.
After a little bit of consideration, looking around different places from the forges to other such places, you eventually made your way towards what was to everyone else a floating tower. While holding on to the brick, though, you were able to approach the tower without being pushed away or harmed, and were able to enter within to find out it was effectively a place where people had kind of set up shop, but were still having some difficulty progressing upwards, and said that they were willing to pay you all if you guys were willing to assist them. Which led us to where we left off, with you guys looking at some of the notes that were scattered about, getting a basic idea of some of it due to the fact that it's written using Dwarven script, but it's written in Goblinoid. So you have an idea, but an idea at most.
I'm going to really quickly just test my roll. Is that coming through or no?
It came through.
Yeah, it is. Cool.
Yes.
All right.
We're good. So,
All right.
when we left off, you guys were looking over the notes, looking over the maps, trying to get an idea of what all you were getting into, as well as having just kind of gotten through a bit of playing some cards with some of the people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Including the the goblin who's just like, "You're smart. I like you."
Yeah.
He steals jerky. I think that's what he is.
Smorty pantsu.
Goblin man.
The stairway is
Yeah.
right there, though.
Wait, you're still reading the thing, aren't you? Or did you finish with that?
She's finished
Alrighty.
what she's able to kind of suss out, because you guys did
Mhm.
want to take a short rest, and so I'd say she was able to
Yeah.
look it over during said short rest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and now Artemis would like a nap,
Uh,
but that's probably not possible right now.
correct.
Roll for now.
They don't exactly have it mapped out as of yet, because they can go up like one more floor, but after that it gets more into the danger zone.
Unknown, yeah. So, how well did I do at cards?
You did decently well. No
It's like,
one
I
was,
didn't know if you were betting.
no one was. None of the other people were looking to make bets, but you won more hands than you lost.
Serenity doesn't gamble.
Elizabeth was being nice.
Aurelius has no need for money, so he doesn't really mind if he does or does not gamble.
It was just for fun. That's all it
Yeah,
was.
like this was just a vibe check.
Watch.
Oh, trust me,
I guess we passed.
vibe check will come later.
Ah, shit.
Ominous. Ominous.
Do I need an AOE vibe check or do I single target vibe check? So I can vibe check like I can vibe check Kindle real quick.
Why?
What?
Of course, you single Kendall out right away.
Immediately.
What did I
Can we-
do?
You're
You know
adorable, and
exactly what it
therefore
is.
I have the. You're adorable, and therefore the dom in me has the incredible urge to bully you.
Ah, rude.
Can Aurelius roll for vibe check?
Yeah. Roll a insight check, adding your charisma on top of it.
Ooh, I'm joining in on this.
I have proficiency in insight, so this
Yeah,
will be
that-
interesting.
Yeah, and then add your charisma on top of it.
On top of that, all right.
On top of that roll.
Ooh, I'm so glad you said that. So that's a 14 then.
All right. So, how
It's
much
a
is
9.
it? 9. Pairs the vibes. If there's a vibe, you're just not vibing with it. You're just kind of like You're not sure.
I'm having a mental image of Serenity, just having a shit hand and not realizing that it's garbage.
Aurelius, this place has got some vibes. There's definitely some undertones of something that you can't quite put your finger on, but it's enough that you're just kind of going, I'm okay with just getting this done and doing what I need to do.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, that's what you were planning on doing regardless, but
Yeah.
the vibes are matching the feel.
Yeah.
Elizabeth probably feels right at home.
Yeah, it's the most at home you felt in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Artemis is probably not entirely paying attention.
No. You saw notes and drawings and were like, give.
This is mine now. Just slowly slides it forward.
Goblin hand slowly reaches over, puts hands on it, just like, that was always mine.
That's hers now,
Give
and now
back.
she has slid all of her
Give
self
back.
protection over to Serenity. He's like, here you go. You do the protecting. I will watch the notes.
Perhaps before further conflict arises, we should achieve
Go
our
upstairs.
goal.
We should actually
Yeah.
go up the stairs.
Yes, because if there is going to be conflict between us, which I sure hope there is not, then at least do it after we've all been beaten up by whatever's up there. So that way we can solve it more rationally.
Why
Serenity
would
looks
there
really
be
confused.
conflict?
Oh, I was just saying, like, Serenity looks really confused at the idea of conflict over cars.
Let me-
Serenity hasn't realized that the goblin's trying to take the papers back from Artemis yet.
Give it back.
Yeah,
The map.
okay. I'm just looking at it.
Yes, others will need it.
But we're the ones going up.
Yes. But if you die,
Right.
you lose it, then we lose it. Use your big brain. You remember it.
This is true.
And she
do
reluctantly
have
gives it
a big
back.
brain.
Yes.
I feel like I change Aurelius's voice every time I come in.
I'm
You'll
still
fall
trying
into
to
it.
get her voice.
You're
We've only done like 3 sessions, so it makes sense.
You're getting a feel for him. So, you guys head up the stairs?
Yes.
All right.
Aurelius
Someone should
is
detect traps or something.
yeah. Aurelius is in the front of the party, but he doesn't have dark vision. He's just a tank. He's got his shield out, and he's got his great sword in his other hand. He's just like walking forward. And he's like, "Okay, someone guide me."
Is it more
Meanwhile-
obvious that he's squinting?
When you go up to the second floor, there are a few bits of light, so it's not completely dark, thankfully.
Oh, okay.
And this floor is effectively the staging ground, place to jump off to go up the stairs. Right, there's not nearly as many people. There's a few bits of supplies scattered around, like throwing knives, darts, stuff like that, but not a huge amount that's been gathered in this area.
Nothing of interest, really, that
Nothing
would
really
be
of
useful
interest,
to us.
no.
Yeah.
There's like a few torches, but like not
Torch
lit.
would be.
But yes, you can pick
Yeah.
one up if you need. Pick up a few.
Yeah, I'll grab a few because if I've learned a
Probably
thing
be
or
a
two,
good idea.
torches are useful. Yeah.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, Artemis is just walking on like nothing is wrong.
I'd say you can get
She has dark vision.
four torches
4 total. Yep. Hold on. Do I
4
already have
turtle.
torches?
total.
4
Turtle.
whole totals.
Yeah, 4 turtles.
Turtling for the turtle.
1,
club.
2.
Turtle, turtle. Turtle. You know, I found a
Alright.
humanoid in the dungeon already.
So I had 3,
Turtle.
4,
Oh, no.
5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now I have 7 of these.
Good, good.
Cool.
Do you plan on juggling them or something while we go?
They do have a limit of
Uh,
time that they can be used.
I know, it
Yeah.
just 7 of them seems a bit much.
Depends on how often you need to use them.
And if you
Point made.
have not dark vision, you'll be needing them.
I'm not arguing. I was making a bad joke.
Yeah, and Elizabeth doesn't have dark vision either.
She has blind sight, so it helps a little bit.
A little bit, but still means you can't see in the darkness past that small
te-
distance.
Yeah, she can only see up to 10 feet.
Even then, she's not technically seeing. It's more like she senses. And then outside the 10 feet, she's like, fuck.
That's why last session I said she can kinda see in the dark.
Welcome back.
Am I the only one who has dark vision?
No.
So
No, Artemis has dark vision.
Oh, thank God.
We've got
Yeah,
2
I-
humans in the party. You can't say you're surprised.
just so I have a general idea of what we're walking into, what's our marching order?
You
Like
said you're
for-
taking up the front, right?
Yeah, I'll take up the front because I got my shield out, and I'll either hold a torch or my sword. I'm not sure yet. It depends on what I see when I go in. If I see nothing, then I'm bringing out the torch.
Serenity, do you want to take one side of Artemis and I take the other?
Serenity would
Are
probably
we
be
upstairs?
Hmm?
How wide are these stairs?
They're wide enough that you could potentially have 2 people walking up side by side.
I was gonna have Serenity in the back just in case something tries to attack us from there.
That's actually pretty a smart idea, actually.
And I want to say Artemis is behind Aurelius so she can give him some direction
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
because she does have dark vision.
Then Elizabeth would be right behind Artemis.
Yeah. So, Aurelius, Artemis. Gotcha. Elizabeth and Serenity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys just grab a few extra things before you go. You start heading up the stairs.
All right.
Moving up towards the 3rd floor, there's a lot less illumination. You can see that over on your left side, there's like 1 or 2 windows that look like curtains were drawn back, probably by someone trying to help bring in some illumination. And it is still shortly after noon, as you guys had gone out fairly early in the morning, and it's still technically daytime by all accounts. But there is another part of this area that is a lot more in the dark and a lot more ominous, just from the shadows and such, but nothing that you're able to visually see just offhandedly as you enter the 3rd floor.
Mm-hmm.
So you can choose torch or greatsword, your choice.
So
Artemis
I can see
relays.
decently as well.
You can see in certain areas better than others, yeah.
What can
Alright.
Artemis see?
Looking off like towards like the right, where there's a lot more shadows. It's black and white, so you don't get the best definition of everything. But you can see like there's an area that looks almost kind of like a sitting room, like a study type area.
She relays this information to Aurelius.
Mm-hmm.
That's just in the current vicinity. To the left looks more of a more like a writing room where it has a big desk with a lot of paper and ink and quills and such.
She's gonna walk that way.
Yeah, that one's in the light. So you enter
Uh,
into no.
You're just gonna walk and not check for traps?
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
You walk into the room, and after like a moment of everyone else just being like, you realize that it, at the very least, seems to have been. This seems to be one of the places that was looked into slightly, and it's not safe, but it's not trapped at the very least.
Serenity will
Mhm.
put her hand on Artemis's shoulder.
Hmm?
Perhaps you would take a bit more care in certain. We did not know how many of these doors may or may not be booby trapped.
Oh, all right. And she just starts going through the papers that she finds there.
Uh, Aurelius is going to, like, carefully watching his step. Also go over, is there anything I can read? Abyssal, Common, Deep, or Infernal?
It's all written in common for the
Okay.
most part. There are bits to it that are more difficult to make out as they appear to be like arcane sigils and such.
Mm-hmm.
Artemis, with your understanding of the arcane, this is reasonably intense, a lot more high leveled, as it were, spellcasting. Um, a lot of it looking to be in the realm of roll an Arcana check.
Both of us, or?
Her specifically for this.
16.
Alright.
The sigils that are in the arcane nature seem to be in the realm of transmutation theories and such.
Can you remind me what transmutation is?
Transmutation is either the changing of one thing into another or the act of causing something to become capable of some kind of actions it was not able to before, such as moving or otherwise.
Think Full Metal Alchemist.
Artemis is gonna take them.
Okay. Take the
She's
bag.
gonna roll them up and put them in her bag.
Roll them up, put them in your bag. Easy enough.
Aurelius ain't gonna question that. I'm gonna do a quick perception check to see if there is any, like, traps or anything before we move on.
Roll a perception check.
Yep. Ugh, where is my perception? Can I even see with my eyes?
No, you may not ever.
Never.
The answer is yes.
Oh, nice.
Not bad.
Nice.
Looking around and just like getting a quick like, all right, before we go, I just want to make sure we covered everything. Don't want to get blindsided by something later. You note that there's a few items that look to be like just set around in certain certain ways. Some more knocked over than others. There's an item that looks almost like would be acting as a paperweight, but it's sitting upright, and it's got like the shape of like a raven that's been made completely out of
Ooh.
silver. Doesn't look to be a trap or anything, but it is something that you notice that does stand out to you.
Aurelius, sorry, not Aurelian. Aurelius is going to approach it and quick Arcana to see if there's anything magic happening around it.
Do I notice him doing this?
You notice him
If
walk
you
up.
fucking take this from me,
Roll an
No,
Arcana
I want to
check.
give you advantage.
oh,
I'm terrified
So-
of loss. Please. Oh no, you're helping. Oh, okay.
with
Yeah,
advantage.
I'll allow the advantage.
All right. $21.
With the
Ooh, nice.
21, there is some magical runes and such that have been engraved into it. What it does specifically, you'd have to get
What
it
the hell
identified
just
to know, but you
happened?
know that it is something, if nothing else, similar in nature to the notes that Artemis, were reading.
Okay.
Something to do with transmutation.
Regardless, just because, man, I mean, he likes ravens. He's gonna he's gonna put this in his pouch. This is his now.
This is mine now.
She's mine now, John.
Yeah. He's gonna do that, and he's gonna stand almost like a sentinel at the next set of stairs, waiting for everyone else.
There's
Shall-
another room attached to this one.
Artemis is gonna approach Aurelius because she saw him take it. She's like, "What was that?"
A raven.
Ooh. Can I see?
Aurelius pulls it out and just holds it in his hand.
She puts her hands behind her back and just peers closely at it. Can I tell anything about it?
At the moment, just based off the Arcana check that was made by him, you'd be able to see that it has tiny inscriptions and runes that seem to be based around, again, Arcana of transmutation magic. Beyond that, it would again require identify to know what exactly it does. But whatever it is something about giving either some kind of pseudo life or motion to this bird statue.
She's like, "Ooh, fascinating," and backs off.
Aurelius returns it to his pocket, kind of like he's doing this kind of smile that's like I really like it. That's it. He just really likes it. It's pretty.
It's pretty. Makes me happy.
Yeah. And then he looks over to the room that is just like I assume pure darkness to it.
The other room it's not pure darkness because you do have some light from this room. It's just it's shapes, mostly shadows and shapes. You can make out little bits of stuff. It looks to be like a soft, maybe a couch, maybe a chair.
Artemis
Sort of
peers
amenities.
around him but doesn't go in. What does she see?
It looks to be another kind of like a sitting room sort of area. It seems to have like the shapes look to be what you would presume is soft seating chairs. There's a table in between a few of them. There's an area that almost looks like a fireplace, which is certainly odd considering how much higher this tower still goes.
She relays that information to Aurelius,
A
but does not go
fireplace.
into the room.
Perhaps we should light a fire.
You think that's a good idea?
It is a fireplace. Where else do you put fire?
I can't stop you, but I'm going to stay back here.
There are plenty of places to put a fire outside of a fireplace.
In here?
Yes.
It is legally, love.
Oh. No. Yes.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm just saying it's literally titled a fireplace.
That you do you, I guess. But yeah.
He's not
Aurelius.
wrong.
Yeah. / technically the truth.
I mean,
R/.
technically. It has fire in the name. You're not wrong.
Roll a new
Really?
character. No, I'm kidding.
That's not
All
your
right,
fault.
fine.
I'll be behind Aurelius just in case some bullshit happens to shield him.
Can I do a perception check on the
Aurelius has his
fireplace?
shield out.
Yes, but this is
Make
Serenity.
the perception check while he's. I'm guessing you're getting at like a tinderbox to light up a fire in the fireplace.
She's
Not
just
me
looking
checking
around
my
him 'cause
inventory.
Because she's curious about it, but she's not lighting a fire. But can she do a perception check on the fireplace?
Aurelius is going to use the age-old
No,
technique.
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
The age-old technique of using his dagger to make a spark on his armor.
Hang on, let me see if I have a tender box before you go nuts.
This
Just
is what
everything
Aurelius
goes to
did.
boom.
She will, like, just actually stop and just like, hang on, please. What the fuck's in an explorer's pack? I'm pretty sure I have a fucking tinderbox in there.
If you
By the
don't,
way,
I do.
Aurelius does have a tinderbox.
Yeah,
This is just
Doing
okay,
this because he
faster.
wants to.
This is
pulling
just
up-
faster.
Actually, it's
Well,
not
that's-
steel on
It's
steel.
not.
That doesn't create
I'm-
the sparks you're looking for.
I'm pulling out my fucking matches and just looking at Aurelius while I light one.
Your tinderbox, not matches.
In the tinderbox, like a box filled with matches?
No, it's a box filled with tinder and flint and steel.
Oh, okay.
Ju-
fucking...
Just a reminder, Aurelius has proficiency in survival, and he's doing this.
How are you?
What?
Don't-
The himbo energy coming off this man is... The vibes are immaculate.
He's wonderful. I love him. He's done nothing wrong in his life.
He really hasn't. He's trying his best.
He's
We
perfect. I love
appreciate
him.
it. We appreciate it.
Fucking using this tinderbox for he fucking hurts himself.
The
He doesn't
spark's gonna
care
go
if he
somewhere
hurts
else.
himself.
She does.
Someone save this paladin.
Oh god.
God, please send someone to protect your dumb bitch.
Or as a matter of fact, come do it yourself, because then you might be the only hope.
Help me, everyone.
Fucking late.
You're my only hope.
Oh yes, can we have space jeebus as like an
No.
actual date, like
No.
Obi-Wan Kenobi? Can we please have Obi-Wan Kenobi? Okay.
I'll think about that one.
Okay.
I will
Cannoli.
think about it. But Paris, you and Aurelius kneel down next to it, get the tinderbox going. With your perception check, Kendall, you look it over. It something about it just is like scratching at the back of your head in a way that's like, I'm missing something about this. It doesn't
Elizabeth
make
is
sense
keeping some
fully to you.
distance.
Okay, you're keeping
Yeah,
some
Elizabeth
distance,
is keeping distance right now.
Yep, and the two of you
Artemis
with
is just
the-
kind of squinting at it. She's taking a couple of steps closer. She's like,
You sure you
I
want to
don't
do
think-
that?
I don't think you should light it.
Are you sure you guys want to do this? Why am I the voice of reason here?
So you
I
guys
need
finished
to
lighting it?
see in the room.
Do you have a
Like-
suggestion, Elizabeth?
Don't light it.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but they're not listening to either of us right
No.
now, so I suggest
got-
taking a step
Stop.
back.
But really,
So
We've
already
got
stopped.
We've got 2 for and 2 against. I say we flip a coin.
Do you
There's no.
have-
You are the only 4.
Okay,
Those two
so
want-
before all of us... She'd be fucking lost by accident. Before all of us go into absolute hysterics, she's kind of like moving her leg in front of Aurelius, or then just start jabbing at it with the dagger. Why should we not like
Yeah, Aurelius hasn't even like
We're
put his
not
daggers away
on.
now.
I have
We're
a
not
bad
on the
feeling.
bottom floor, but yet the fireplace is here. We're not on the bottom floor, and you've seen how tall this tower is. Do you think this is a good idea?
I think
I don't
that-
understand why it's not.
Serenity, I have a bad feeling about this. I have a weird feeling about this.
like you're missing.
I would
something.
listen. I would listen to Artemis.
Make a what?
No.
I'm sorry?
The weird feeling that Artemis is getting, to elaborate for Artemis' sake, is it's like you're missing something. It's like there's something about this that you're like, there's a small piece of that you're like, I should know what this is, but it's just going over your head.
Is there a chance I can roll perception to see why this might be off?
You can certainly try.
Can Elizabeth do that too, just for peace
for
of
fun.
mind?
Just for fun.
Aurelius literally cannot see.
Well, Serenity knows it.
Like the whole reason
Serenity
for-
knows more than I do.
Elizabeth,
Aurelius
looking it over,
just
it's
wanted
a
to
fireplace. And
Yeah.
the positioning of it's definitely weird.
Mm-hmm.
Paris, as you're looking it over, you kind of look through it, and you realize that like you've got the tinder ready and whatnot, and there's like bits of like a coal substance in it. But when you're like looking up to where like it would take up the smoke and whatnot, there is an etching on the ceiling of the fireplace. Something carved into it.
Can I see what it says?
You can vaguely make it out, but even with dark vision, it's not easy.
Even with dark vision and a torch?
You have a torch?
Did you light a torch?
All four of us got one!
Yeah, but none of you
Aurelius
said
took
you
all
lit
four.
it.
Oh, okay, shit, I'll light the torch.
So you light the torch and you hold it up to get a better look at it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you
Now I can kind of see.
yeah, you can kind of see it. You bring the torch. You would have to bring the torch into the fireplace to kind of get a better look at it. As you do so, as you're kind of like trying to get a better look at it, everyone can see that the rest of the fireplace suddenly starts to take on like a greenish glow at the edges, and then behind Serenity there's a as the fireplace
As a what?
a greenish glow.
Okay.
And then as
Serenity,
Serenity's
back
looking at the sigil, you see a faint flicker of light green fire in the fireplace.
Serenity.
Serenity,
Aurelius
back
is
up.
just
Yeah,
going
she's
to
still
like.
Serenity.
Aurelius is going to like actively put his shield in front of the fire, and the fireplace just like in case, and he's like holding his shield with his other arm to like sort of brace it in case.
I imagine Serenity pulled her head out of the fireplace.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you pull your head out, you're like, okay, what? And as you watch the fire kind of glows brighter, I'll say that with the perception check you rolled before, the thing that you note as you saw the inscription and whatnot, is that it is a series of words written into the ceiling of it. One of the words that you were able to make out before you were told to pull your head out or not be set on fire is the word illumination. And as the fire kicks up and glows, there's no smoke coming from it. It just seems to almost be like pulsing from the ground, from where the coals are, to the roof of it, and then back down and back up, and then back down and back up. Seems to be almost doing it with almost like a absent-mindedness, if you will.
But it doesn't seem.
Nothing dangerous, nothing hostile, nothing explosive.
Alright. Aurelius' anxiety is like quelled after this, and he pulls his shield back slowly.
Since nothing
And then-
happened, Elizabeth will slowly approach the entrance of the room.
Serenity looks at Artemis and Elizabeth. See, I knew what I was doing.
He didn't.
No,
Artemis
you did
just slowly
not.
approaches.
Aurelius just like.
Did
Standing
you
there a
two
bit.
know what you were doing?
No, that doesn't mean you knew any more than what you were doing.
There was only one way to find out.
That doesn't mean you knew what you were doing.
If we're
There
going
are
to be so
there's a time and a
cautious,
place. There's a
Artemis
time and a
keeps saying
place.
this because she's
Cautious.
approaching the fire.
if we're going to be so cautious, then we might as well head back down, because this amount of paranoia is not going to get us up the tower.
I agree.
Called self-preservation. We should keep that in mind.
Self-preservation went out the window when we approached a tower
Sitting
that
in
no
front of
one
the
was able
fireplace.
to approach. Artemis is lifted by Serenity by the waist as she speaks to Elizabeth.
Just let me get a look at it. You were right here. It's fine.
Weren't you the one
Really?
who literally just told me not to light the fire? Now
You
you
were
want to be close
inside
to
of the
it.
fireplace. I am in front of it. There is a difference. Now put me down. Let me look.
She sat there.
Aurelius is now looking around the room as they're all doing this, like to see if there's any use.
This room is a sitting room. You actually note that there's a number of like tapestries on the walls, as well as very sparse, very empty bookshelves that have a number of scrolls and books on them. Only at most a dozen.
Do the tapestry look familiar to me in any way?
With your specific background, I'm willing to say no.
Okay.
Not these ones.
Would
All right.
anything look familiar to Elizabeth?
Make a history check.
History. Come on.
It's the one I'm proficient in real life.
Oh, there's no proficiency for Elizabeth. Nope. Nope.
Not
Nope.
your country, not your apples.
Okay. Had to make sure.
Yeah. You're just like,
Artemis is just kind of transfixed by the fire. She's just like, how is this working? How interesting.
yeah, it's illuminating, but it's not like hot or even like warm, really.
She's gonna reach out and just kind of trace it with the edges of her fingers, seeing if she can feel anything.
Feeling.
Are you touching the
air at it.
fire?
Effectively,
No, she's
yeah.
reaching around the fire.
She's near the
but not-
fire.
Yeah, she's very, very close.
Aurelius looks over to her and he says, and he hands her. He like puts his dagger in the flame to see if there's any
Effect.
any warmth. Basically, this is what I like. This is
You're trying to see if it'll
Smith-
heat up.
Yeah, if it heats up at the end, there'll be a lesser heat at the handle.
Mhm.
So if he feels the lesser heat at the handle, there is heat. So that's what he's doing.
No heat.
No,
No heat.
No heat.
Aurelius is going to put his hand in the flame.
Aurelius!
Tankier than Artemis, so.
With Artemis, you also felt no heat.
I would like to point out that the word illumination is on the ceiling in there, by the way. So I don't think fire is the bad one in this tower.
Aurelius looks up. I'm going to take your word for that. Like,
I'm gonna stick your head in to check.
I mean,
look,
does he
it's
feel anything-
arcane, right?
Does he
It's like-
feel anything from his hand being in the fire?
How long do you keep your hand in the fire?
This is like legit what he does. Puts the blade in, feels no heat.
Mhm.
Puts his hand in, feels no heat. Pulls it out and smiles.
Then no. He doesn't feel anything weird specifically about his hand in the fire.
Just kind of go lean in as much as he can without really touching the fire to see if she can see up the fireplace, to see the words that Serenity was talking about.
Make a perception check.
21.
With a little bit of finagling your position, you eventually are able to see the word illumination, as well as the word light, and there's a bit of it that's kind of behind some of the flames, so it's harder to make out, but it seems to say Bon connect. It's hard to make out. It's either Bon or Con, but then it has the rest of the words behind the fire, and you can't make the rest of it out.
Bonfire.
And this definitely isn't a bonfire. It's too small for that.
Anything could be a bonfire if you're brave enough.
Are you brave enough? Do you want to test that theory?
Not here.
Careful.
I didn't think so.
Wait, hang on, I'm sorry. I zoned out for a hot second. Brave enough to what?
Don't zone out.
It's fine.
Yeah, don't zone out. Artemis is almost entirely in a fire.
Yeah, she is.
Does she look like she's in pain?
No.
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 Sorry, gives a single glance and goes back to what she's doing.
Which was?
Arguing with Elizabeth.
Elizabeth is still just standing at the door watching this all happen.
Fair.
Aurelius has been just like absent-mindedly looking through the skulls. Skulls?
Skulls.
Scrolls.
The scrolls to like see if there's anything that is of use or that he can even understand.
Roll an intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence.
What the bloody hell?
I'm sure
That's
you're
a
a smart
12,
man.
Chief.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah.
With a 12, it's got a lot of discussion about theory and pulling stuff together. You do see some mentions of the word undead scattered about, but when you try and like understand the little bits that you're reading, it's a lot of arcane techno babble, effectively. Arcana babble, effectively.
Yeah. So yeah, Aurelius is like as he's reading it, he's probably like mumbling it under his breath. Undead.
Artemis is gonna put her hand into the fire because she saw Aurelius do it and she realized it didn't hurt him.
Doesn't hurt you.
Serenity.
No, not
She'll be
burning, not
fine.
bleeding. Yeah.
She's gonna keep it in there for like a minute, just testing. It's her metal hand.
Gotcha. At the moment, no heat.
She's gonna keep it in there.
Are we gonna stand here roasting Artemis's arm, or are we gonna keep moving?
Just
Depends.
let
Is
me
the arm going to be
finish it.
tasty afterwards?
Are you hungry?
Not especially.
You don't want to eat this arm.
I just met him. I don't know what his tastes are. I never know.
I understand that
taste
I
of
call
what-
her lamb, but she's not actually edible,
I'm
as far as I'm
aware.
aware. Artemis, are you edible?
Oh, we're all edible.
That she wasn't aware that she was edible, that doesn't mean that she's not.
Artemis, you seem to be something of the arcane. Have a look at this. And he hands
I thought-
She pulls her hand out of the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Her metal and her artificial arm. She pulls her artificial arm out of the fire and turns to look at Aurelius. Oh, did you find something?
Yeah, he hands the documents, like relating to undead and theories and all that, and he says, "Explain it to me like I'm a child."
Oh, does she know
Roll
what
an
she's reading?
intelligence check.
Apparently not.
You know a little bit more, but as you're looking over, you realize that this is, again, very advanced magical theory.
Advanced magic.
Where did you find this?
One of the shelves.
Can you show me?
Aurelius gestures over to the entire like library.
Yes. Again, only like at most 11, maybe 12. And the 12th one looks like it's like a scattering of notes that might have just been pages falling out of one of the other books.
This has her attention.
We'll be here all
You gonna
day
go
to
over
try
there?
and read them all.
Well, then you'll have to decide what we will be doing next. I will be looking at these until you decide where we're going.
No,
And
only
she's
one
gonna
goal.
My vote is up to the next floor.
There's only one door. You can grab a few, but we need to go.
I just want to see what they are.
take the documents with you and read them as we go up?
Don't you need my eyes to see?
No, I have dark vision as well.
All
We'll
right.
put you in the middle.
Artemis promptly puts the more stuff into her bag.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get you a bigger bag.
Perhaps.
I have
Or
a
any
feeling
good
that's not the last thing she'll be taking from this place today.
Oh, this is only the first floor. There's so many more to go. I can only imagine what's in here.
How many floors do you think we're going to be going up today?
All of them.
More than 2.
I think
Thank
a
you.
bet for 10. Be right back real quick. Sorry.
So once more, Aurelius becomes like a guardian slash sentry. Like, you know those characters in a video game that you interact with and you're like, are you ready to go? And then you have, yeah, he's that. And then once the player confirms, then they move on to the next cutscene.
Be careful about button mashing. It might accidentally start it on no, and then you have to go through all the dialogue again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Artemis shoves him in her bag. And she's like, all right, lead the way.
After you, Aurelius.
Very well. And marching order, Aurelius front. I think Serenity was next to him.
Sounds like
Serenity was going to be using her dark vision.
Yeah.
Elizabeth is putting Artemis in the middle, and Elizabeth will be taking up the rear end.
Sounds good. So, you head up to the next floor. And as you do so, this room is a lot darker.
Mm-hmm.
No windows open on this floor. And as you step up into the floor, you start to hear bells. Bells. Like ding 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 ding.
Where's that coming
Aurelius,
from?
Aurelius is like holding his shield a bit tighter, and his hand is actually reaching over his long sword. I think he's got his long sword.
Elizabeth's hand goes instantly to rest on the hilt of her sword, while trying but failing to see really.
It's above you, slightly behind you. Almost seems to be coming from the door frame.
Did we not check before we just kept walking?
Looks up. What does she see?
Make a perception check. See if you notice anything.
If I make one, I'll roll with disadvantage. I think
because of the
darkness.
Yeah, unless Serenity kept the torch.
15.
Would blind sight help Elizabeth at all in this, or is it a little too high up?
It's not the matter of it being too high up; it's that you're not being able to distinguish what it is that is making the noise.
Okay, wanted to check.
Since Serenity
Good ask.
has not mentioned for or against disabling the torch, I'm just gonna assume it's still up.
Okay.
15.
Doesn't help me though. Does not help me at all.
You have no idea what's going on. Kendall?
Ring a ding ding.
Looking over the door frame, you realize that over the top of it, like where the door would normally be, there's a thin silvery wire that's going across the top of the door frame. And as you hear the digging, you see it twitching very slightly. Almost like someone's like plucking it, like ding 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 ding.
There was a wire trap. One of us triggered a wire trap.
I'm gonna look at my feet. I check if I step on something like an idiot.
Honestly, with your full perception check, that's probably what's going on. The wire that you guys that you see, Artemis, is on the top of the door frame, which means that whatever this is might be something in the vein of a wire trap, but a different kind.
Did we open a door?
Nope. You just walked in.
Is this like a security alarm or something going on?
Kind of seems like it.
Really wish there had been more light before we did this.
You start to hear.
Artemis relays what she sees to them.
Right. You also start to hear a metallic clanking, like a kind of like a Aurelius moving around.
Except he isn't.
He's definitely not moving. He's like kind of like looking down at his feet, and then he puts his foot down, and you hear something move, and he kind of pauses, and then you hear another thing move. He looks down at his feet, looks up at you, and is just like, "That's not me."
Aurelius pulls out his long sword and is like just waiting. I'd class him as ready, but if that makes sense, like he's in Overwatch if we're using XCOM terms.
Mm-hmm.
We're not alone.
No, we're not.
Yes,
Something's
we have
been
friends
alerted
with
to us being here.
I'm back.
Welcome back. You guys walked into the 4th floor. There started to be bell-like sounds chiming from the doorway. Artemis says that there was like a thin silvery wire across the top of the door frame, and as Aurelius was looking at his feet, like, no, did I step on a wire by accident? Did I do the dumb tripping thing? You guys hear a movement of metal against metal, kind of like
Pulling out the sword.
kind of like how Aurelius moves with his armor, but he's
Heavier.
not moving. And slightly heavier, but not by much.
Yeah, I have the weapon out. Also,
Elizabeth
sorry I
pulls her
vanished.
sword.
I had to catch a mouse.
Ah,
The little mouse that we've had has learned how to trigger the traps without them actually killing him.
mm.
So Mom had to put him in a Tupperware box.
Artemis looks over. He's like, "Is that plate armor that I hear?"
That's what it sounds like to me. And Aurelius,
Right.
you're not moving, right?
Randy has her fucking weapon out immediately. No.
Aurelius like checks his chainmail to see if there's anything loose flapping around.
Prepare for a fight.
Oh, I
Artemis
am.
picks up. Artemis pulls out a couple of rocks.
And Elizabeth has her sword at the ready.
As
She
you-
does. She
Yeah.
does look at Aurelius and Elizabeth. Please don't shoot me.
I don't
as
plan to
you
shoot you.
as you say that, from like one of the doorways that you can see, Artemis and. By the way, did you bring the torch, Parasu? Serenity.
Yes, sorry.
Yes.
Alright, cool.
So in the torchlight, you can see that there's a doorway, and you can see a shadow moving just beyond the light of it, that then steps out into the light, and the light is reflected off of the metallic surface of someone walking through the doorway, and as it kind of shambles out, kind of slowly like looks up towards you all, like kind of like does like a point, like does like kind of like a shake of the finger, like a naughty, before it begins to approach you with this very much "I'm about to throw you out on your ass" kind of motion. Roll initiative.
Ah, shit.
Oh,
Okay.
Now,
Whoa.
why in the nine hells would I ever roll initiative?
Okay, don't roll initiative.
I'm
You can
I'm being a sassy boy.
Get
That's a
smacked, my
9.
guy!
Oh wait, we
My
gotta put
rolls
the
tonight are so bad.
we gotta put the boys out. Put the boy out.
Oh, wait,
Do you
I'll...
need me to reroll? It's not taking turn order.
No, it is.
Where is?
There he is.
There, I added Artemesu. That already something that's already Serenadu.
Serenity.
Serenadu.
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 I can't believe even with my alert feat, I got a 9.
My
Elizabeth
guy.
is ready to go.
Elizabeth's just like, fuck this.
I'm passing it up to Aurelius just not quite being able to see what's happening.
Elizabeth can't either, but she's like, fuck this, we're not doing this.
Elizabeth's too jumpy to not be prepared.
Elizabeth is also in the back.
The fuck are you doing back there? You're not a tank.
You were guiding Aurelius.
Yep.
I figured that Aurelius would go to the back.
Aurelius is at the front. He's a tank.
Elizabeth, you are up
Oh,
first.
Serenity!
Okay.
But one of us can't see.
Yeah, that's me.
Exactly. Get in the back.
No, both of us at the front.
Okay.
Right at dawn.
So, you said there's enough room to go, like, by 2 down this, like, doorway area?
Up the stairs.
Is there room for me to get past Aurelius?
There is.
Okay. Then Elizabeth, frustrated, is going to push her way past everybody and step into the room.
This is not the music I thought I was playing.
This is like some mystic. You're in a like Fey lady's bedroom.
This is
Music.
not battle music.
Look, I know you were joking, but if Aurelius was in a Fey lady's bedroom...
He would be the most awkward little bean.
He would.
I love him for that. He's so precious.
I feel like putting Serenity in like a Fey lady's bedroom, she would just be the single most knightish person. Ma'am, stoic, just not falling for this charm bullshit.
Alright, so Elizabeth, you are able to make your way up to this armored foe.
Is the torchlight making it so she can at least see him?
Yes, you can see it.
Okay, she's gonna... Everybody sees her, like, square her shoulders up, kind of grin up at him, and realizing plate mail may not work with her sword too well, switches the sword to her offhand and just goes for a punch to the whatever she can reach, honestly. How tall is he?
Like a good 6 foot, 6'2".
Roughly the
She
same height as Aurelius.
Take
She
a
can
cross
reach.
shot.
and plate mail and break her hand. Okay, but yeah, she's gonna just go for a punch just to see what happens.
Okay. That does hit.
That does hit. Okay, that is 5 points of damage.
Alright, so you just wham! And you're like, yeah, alright. Ah!
Yeah, I'll put that into the chat. So there you go.
Yep. As you hit it, it just kind of like stumbles back slightly before it kind of like leans forward and make a perception check.
Perception? Okay.
Power sneeze.
When you hit it, it echoed.
It echoed. Oh god. Okay.
Like it was like a ringing sound when you hit it in the chest.
We all
No,
know
it
what
didn't
that
sound like there was
means.
anything in there.
Perhaps.
Oh shit. And she just kind of puts her sword back into her good hand and kind of squares up ready to fight.
Sounds good. That's your turn.
Yeah, not much else I can do at
Gotcha,
the moment.
Artemisu.
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 I'm gonna start throwing stuff at both of you through this fucking screen.
Please.
I love how adorable but seething that threat.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna do magic stone.
Gotcha. Bonus action cast. You have to hit it first. And that is wrong. Why is that wrong? Because it is being a little shit again.
Doing that thing again, huh?
Roll20 sometimes will update stuff. This is the wrong character. I moved too fast and I clicked on Elizabeth.
Oh,
Change anything with me.
I'm not changing anything with you.
just giving him
Here,
a little
Let
kiss on the
me-
forehead.
There we go. Here, click on Magic Stone again. This time it should, there we go. 23
go.
will hit.
Okie dokie.
And then if you click on the word Magic Stone, there you go. So, you can kind of hear it a little bit more with the resonance as it kind of like leans back slightly. Then, right, that is your
Alright, that's
turn.
a bonus action, right?
Bonus action was to cast it. Action was to throw it.
Okay, yeah. There we go. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. So Armored Foe has Elizabeth in front of them, and they're going to effectively attempt to do to the armored form of ye old bitch slap
Okay.
Ah,
with
yes.
a backhand.
My favorite.
Also,
Okay.
it was a Batman meme.
A 6 will miss for the first attack,
Yes.
and then it's going to swing with its other hand, and a 9 will also miss. You're just
So
like,
she's
nah,
just-
no,
No,
I'm not
she's
doing
dodging
this.
it like a boxer.
Oh yeah, you just stuck it
Felt like
underneath
bitch
it,
in here.
nope, nope.
No.
Wait, is that Hold on, brain thinking.
Brain funky.
How close are we to it?
From you, it's about like 15 feet. From where Elizabeth was, it was like 25 feet, but she moved up to right next to it.
Okay, cool.
So like stepped out of the doorway and is like looking at you with a
Yeah,
sword
yeah.
again, like you aren't supposed to be here.
All right, cool.
Serenity.
Move up to the construct. She looks at Elizabeth. I meant what I said. All rage. And Kendall, I'm so sorry. God, you know how she looks. Would you like to describe it just so I don't get fucking thrown at something thrown at me?
You're gonna get shit thrown at you anyway!
Describe it then, Paris.
Okay, so Artemis is yeah, Artemis can see dark. You can
Yeah,
just
Artemis can see her just fine.
But also, you have the torch.
This is true.
Elizabeth gets a front row seat to this.
Yep.
You just see this lean, kind of medium height woman start to grow somewhat rapidly, both in body mass and in height, as there's just this kind of growl to her voice while her skin turns this deep maroon red and her canines start to poke out from her bottom lip. And you could see her eyes dye this pale yellow with the pupils turning into slits. And I will take a swing at this fucking thing.
Swing away.
I'm gonna murder you in your sleep.
Also, reckless!
Reckless. That will hit.
Arcana check question mark?
Paris, is that including bonk damage?
Is that including bonk damage?
I don't think that's including bonk
No, it
damage.
is. No, it is not.
So that is a 13 in terms of damage as you just wham and just you can make an Arcana check.
Wow. I'm not allowed to have good rolls tonight, save for the 2 20s.
You used up your good rolls.
No, he's using up the bad roll now so that when he goes to hit this thing, he'll actually hit it.
Yeah. Alright.
With the 7, enemy in front of you hit big armored man.
Okay, so my brain is like just focused on combat then.
Effectively.
Alright, I'll definitely change Aurelius's mentality to combat focus.
Gotcha.
Okay. So whose turn is it?
Yours.
Yours.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay.
Because
So-
Serenity just ended her turn.
In that case, Aurelius is going to you visibly see him like shift his head into around, just kind of like readjusting his mind almost. That's what it seems like he's doing, readying himself. And he steps forward and he's looking for gaps in the plate armor. Because he's trained against paladins before with plate armor, and he knows that even plate armor has like little slits and gap for mobility in the joints. That's what he's looking for as he swings his longsword.
Swing away.
18 to hit.
18 is its AC, so that does hit.
Nice. So that's a 7 damage. And let me check if I have bonus.
You used one hand or two hands?
One hand.
So 7 damage, got it.
Yep.
So, whack! Can you get that ringing kind of sound?
As he's doing this, Aurelius says, aim for the joints. Those are the weakest parts of the armor.
Do the rest of them hear this ringing?
Yeah, you all have been hearing it each time this thing has been hit.
Mm-hmm.
Is Artemis able to tell if there's anything inside of it?
From where you are, I'm going to say no, but
From the sound.
from the sound, you would say it sounds hollow.
Would I know anything about belled armor?
I'd say we'll discuss that on your turn.
Okay.
Elizabeth, we're back to your turn.
Elizabeth is just gonna kind of look over at Serenity, kind of grin and go, okay, nice. Look back at the construct and say, so you want to dance, huh? And take a swing.
Take that swing.
Nope.
So you lean into it. It kind of like puts its hand out and kind of like it slides in between the fingers, but there's no hand to take damage, so it kind of able to just kind of glide it away.
Would that impact affect her in any way?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
It's not a jarring impact. It's more of a sliding, like, yeah. Stop that.
Okay. Wanted to make sure.
No worries.
And that's all she can do.
I'm keeping you in mind. Don't worry.
That doesn't help me feel better.
Good.
I don't think it's supposed to.
Oh,
Artemis.
Is that voice?
Maxim, no.
Artemis.
All right. So back to my question about the spelled armor.
Mm-hmm.
Would she be able? Would she know anything about that?
Let's say make an Arcana check.
24.
There are sometimes sentinels that are effectively armor that are animated to protect an area. Potentially what the others, when you were first discussing with them, had mentioned as being one of the enemies of this place.
All right. And would she know any way of being able to take those down?
With a 24, you would know that there's some magics that are currently outside of your capabilities that could do it. Technically, if you cause them to sustain enough damage, you can also knock them down. Effectively prevent them from being able to move or to cause you any further difficulties.
Artemis is just gonna shout at them. It's a sentinel. It's
what?
hollow. It's an animated It's animated armor. There's no one inside. We have to knock it down. We don't have enough magical power to be able to unanimate it.
Aim for the legs if you're going to knock it down.
And she's gonna use her magic. Can I use my magic stone, or is that my turn?
No, yeah, action to throw a magic stone.
Alright.
Because you have 3 magic
Right.
stones that you created when you cast it, magic stone. So you have another
Yes.
thrown to yeet.
Yeet.
Clinks off
No.
its shoulder plate, does no damage.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right. So one in front is going to... Actually, no, there's 3 people in front of it, so let's see. It's going to attack Elizabeth.
Even though Serenity did Reckless?
It doesn't know.
Okay, good point.
It's going to attack you and Aurelius.
Okay.
11 will miss.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 will miss.
Yep.
And
Definitely.
as that happens, you hear a Artemis very close behind you as you kind of glance back and realize that there was an armor set that had been just standing motionless, not doing anything. Didn't really stand out in your peripherals when you had originally seen it. Suddenly animate, and it is going to make 2 attacks at you. 21 to hit Artemis. And 19 to hit Artemis.
Yes.
To both?
Yes.
Gotcha. So 1, 2. Oof. 14 total points of damage between both attacks.
Okay, Artemis is gonna cry out in pain.
Aurelius is
Ernie's head whipped around.
Serenity, speaking of it, your turn.
Out of character, Elizabeth. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Do what you need to do.
And I do have a question. Do I need to make sure that I am still conscious after losing over half of my health?
That's not a rule that we tend to run.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, we don't do the I'm in shock from nearly, having half my health knocked out of me.
Okie dokie, just making sure.
This is only 25 feet away, correct?
At most.
Alright. Give the fucking thing an opportunity attack. She's bolting.
Yeah, miss. Roll a 10. Only has rolled good against Artemis. What the...
It's like me on the first game.
My dice targets 1 person per session, and today it chose Artemis.
He's so squishy.
Whack.
Sentinel doesn't activate if the other thing does opportunity, does it?
It made an attack against her. Let me check Sentinel real quick.
When a creature within 5 feet makes an attack against a target other than you.
It doesn't say whether that is an opportunity attack or any other thing.
Yeah,
It just makes
it
an
doesn't.
attack. So you can in fact choose to make an attack with that your reaction.
All right, cool. I will do the rolly rolls.
Swing for that booty.
Yeah.
Clickety clackety, roll to attackety.
Having
That's a
fun
22
there.
to hit,
That will hit.
and that's a total of 11.
You kind of jam your sword into it as it reaches out to try and hit Serenity, kind of making it arch itself back. You kind of like you do another one of those anime moment things where you dig your heels in, turn your hips, and just whip your sword through its just entire knee socket, ripping through it to the point that its leg just just the whole bottom part of the leg falls off, and it kind of turns its head to look at you, seems to try and put its quote unquote weight down, and you just watch it go fall onto its
on
side.
The floor?
Yep, and it is it's kind of jolting a bit, but it's clearly struggling to even get up.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem to recognize that it's been knocked down. Serenity, still your turn.
Is it by the entrance that we came in? The one that just hit Artemis?
Near to, yes.
How close?
I mean, if your idea is that you want to try and push it down the stairs, it is within range to attempt to do that.
Doing it!
Roll.
Shove.
Oh no. Roll. What are they? Go ahead. Let's see what you roll. Yeah, it rolled a 6 total. You just shove it, and let me just see. You need to roll higher than that. You watch it waving its arms like. Dang, 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 bum, bum, dum, bum, 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 as it goes down the stairs.
Just
Aurelius gets a
exhales
strange
smoke.
satisfaction from that.
All right. And then you hear this, bung. Like it hit the bottom of the stairs and got, or is at the very least going to be getting back up, but that'll be on its turn. So that's your turn.
I considered flavoring something, but yes, that's my turn.
Fair enough. Aurelius.
Suspicious.
If you want to know, it's literally just that she's standing in front of Artemis, like with the equivalent of a protectiveness of a dog, dude. She's the one growling at something.
Hell yeah.
Artemis is probably just staring.
Aurelius, it is your turn.
Aurelius wants to make sure that this thing does not get up.
Make an attack roll with advantage. It is considered prone.
Okay. What I was going to ask is if I could switch out the put my shield on my back and do a two-handed strike.
It's bonus action to remove your shield, so yes, you could.
Yeah. Cool.
So bonus action, you remove the shield real quick, just quickly put it in your back and bring it down. Take it back now, y'all.
Yeah. Like Dark Souls style.
Yeah. You swap out and switch to two hands.
Advantage. So that definitely hits, I'd imagine, 22.
Yep. As you just bring it down. Roll the damage.
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 That's a 13.
That's a 13. Is that the 13 damage? Oh. Weird. It doesn't show up like the other ones, so I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, no, yeah.
So what I'm aiming for then is, like, my goal is to make sure it doesn't get back up, so I'm cutting off its other leg.
You aim for more of the hip area with this one. You're just trying to get in a big slash and just, again, you see the leg just go, as it, like, kind of like moves its hands down to his leg, like,
Yeah.
but also doesn't seem to process that it is missing its leg, so it keeps trying to, like, stand up, pushing itself with legs that are no longer there, and just
Flesh
it's
wound.
basically flailing around, just like clatter, 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 clatter. It's effectively magic harping on the ground. It is not going to be able to get back up and do anything to you at the moment.
All right. I'd do something for flavor, but it'd mean getting rid of the longsword, and it'd be more of an attack roll than anything else.
You're trying
So
to, like,
I'm going to
stab
leave
it.
it. I was gonna, like, stab it into one of its shoulders and say "stay" and walk away as he pulls out his greatsword ready for the other thing, but that'd be for the
You know
next
what?
turn.
I will say that as part of the damage, I'll allow you to do that.
Oh, okay.
Because
Cool.
you effectively you killed it, but it's not living, so
Dead?
it's still animate. But you stabbing through basically just pin it to the ground as it's like, again, like flailing its arms pathetically, but you're like, stay, and you turn around, reach for your great sword as you move towards the stairs.
Yeah, and he's more or less standing in front of, if possible, in front of Serenity, almost at the top of the stairs, waiting for this thing to come back up.
Fair enough. Elizabeth.
Elizabeth is going to stare down at the now pinned construct and go, well, that was anticlimactic, and join everybody over at the stairs.
It's just wiggling. Artemis.
Artemis.
What?
Huh?
Artemis.
There we go.
Anger. Anger. She's feeling anger.
Why angry?
She got slapped.
She just took 14 points of damage.
I'd be angry too.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
You cannot see the one that was pushed down the stairs because like one of those stairs, like it doesn't go straight down; it goes in like the circle. So it's like
It's the
out of sight.
cartoon girl staircase.
It's a
Can
spiral
I
staircase.
throw my
effectively.
hand axe at it?
You would have to move down a bit, but you could technically get an attempt at doing that if you'd like to throw your hand axe at it.
Never mind. I'm gonna throw another rock at it.
All right, throw a rock at it.
Gonna try a dead shot.
Even with only partial cover, that still hits. So you just kind of like ricochet it slightly off of the railing, just make it, just kind of like sits its head up. You hit it and you watch his head just kind of spins around. Roll damage. Comes back into place, like wobbling back and forth, but it's got a big dent in it. Anything else?
She's gonna look for more rocks, but that ends her turn.
Gotcha. The entity gets back up, and you hear it clang, 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 clang. Start marching up the steps, and effectively gets like right up to about at most 5 feet from Aurelius. But that was with a dash.
Yeah.
Which means Serenity. He's back up the stairs.
She's just moving towards this thing while dragging her sword on the ground. Reckless!
That'll hit. That's with another 13 damage, just for flavor. You lop off one of its arms.
Ooh.
She wants this thing in pieces. The arm is not enough.
And just leave a gash up its side from where it's scraped into the metal.
So watching like that's hot.
Aurelius, you're up.
Aurelius, I kind of want to flavor it as he's doing it like this motion almost directly after Serenity, like in terms like it's barely a second before she's finished cutting off his arm that he's aiming for this thing's leg.
Roll to hit.
Yep.
This is all happening like simultaneously, so yeah, that's totally possible.
That's
does
a
hit.
21.
That does hit, yes.
And that's a total damage of
10.
Yeah.
So you just slam into its knee and just, again, it doesn't fully cleave through it this time, but you watch as it basically turns it backwards.
Mm.
And there's definitely ripping at it. If it tries to move too quickly, it will just rip off its own leg.
Okay.
You've effectively destroyed its mobility.
Alright. Yeah. There's nothing else I can really do, is there?
Elizabeth.
No.
She's gonna have her sword out ready to go and attack, but kind of stop and realize that Aurelius and Serenity are having far too much fun and stay back with Artemis.
Fair enough.
And that's her turn.
Fair enough. Artemis.
Artemis is gonna cast Cure Wounds on herself.
Completely understandable and fair. Roll Cure Wounds.
Have a nice day.
Nice. Good amount of healing. You got most of it back.
Yeah.
Anything with your bonus action?
She's gonna cast Magic Stone, but she's not going to throw it.
Yeah, because you can't throw it until next turn. But you
No,
have
but
them
she
ready.
just wants... Yeah, she wants 3 more rocks.
Yep.
And there's rocks everywhere.
Gotcha. All right. Gotcha. All right. It was going to make 2 attacks at Serenity. First one is a 21. Second one is a 22.
Lit. Oh, Dawn!
Yes.
I'm gonna do the retaliation.
Do the thing.
How much damage is it? I'm just trying to remember. I think we said...
It should be in the notes. Also, you take 3 halves to 1 for the first hit.
Spicy shit! No!
And this has attacked Serenity, correct?
Yes. Attacked her twice.
Alright.
So you can make an
Very
attack at
well-
the same time
yeah.
she is doing hers.
All right, cool.
Oh god, this is gonna be some anime bullshit.
Why do you think Elizabeth just let them have their moment?
Do you want me
22 to
to?
hit.
Hmm. Oh yeah, it'll hit.
Good.
What was it you were saying?
I think the damage was con based, so that's a 4. Don, have you played Nair? Like, not Automata, the original.
Not the original.
Okay, well, this is gonna be great then, and I'll show it to you later.
Mm-hmm.
You see this wispy black smoke come off her before it strings itself together into a very large clawed hand and just scrapes against this armor. That'd be 4 damage. I don't know how much or what type of damage it is. I think it's just damage.
Flashing?
Wait, what?
It should be
Flashing?
Oh, slash. This is something. Yeah, I don't know, Don. What is this?
There's a document for this, I swear. We'll find it later, don't worry. But you hit it at the same time that Aurelius hits it, and with the both of you, you just watch it get like basically like almost bisected, and as it like the top half of it just like falls backwards, it like tries to reach forward for the second hit. It's like flailing its arm at you, flailing. Oh, it's falling backwards, and then clang clang back down to the bottom, and you can hear like scooting around, but in that kind of that pathetic. Just unable to get up and move anymore, as you have defeated the both of them.
Aurelius, like, post-battle, like, is doing his default setting checks, where he's checking for anything else, checking if how the party's looking in terms of health and all that.
Going to rush over Serenity.
Wait, repeat that, Kendall. I'm sorry.
Artemis is rushing over to Serenity.
Serenity will meet her halfway and just very gently lift her head by her chin and look her over her face.
And Artemis is just kind of looking her over too, this new form and all. She's like, just kind of gingerly touching her face and her hands and her arms.
While
You okay?
this is
Hang on, I gotta look at something.
While this is happening, Aurelius is walking over to the first set of armor and cutting off the thing's head before taking his long sword and putting it at his side.
Mm-hmm.
And he brings out his shield again, once more getting back into that sentinel mindset instead of the warrior mindset, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Like the protector.
Guardian.
Yeah.
Elizabeth is gonna look kind of bored with the situation already and put her sword back away. And turn away from Serenity and Artemis, giving them a moment.
Okay, so,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Kendall. Well, Artemis, I almost say Kendall, just like as your actual character. Well, Artemis is looking over Serenity. She nods at the question, and obviously you're fucking hurt. That you look pained. I'm fucking sure.
Yeah, a little bit, but she did heal herself.
For how much?
She's got she healed herself for 9 points.
Serenity will kind of put both of her hands on Artemis's face. She doesn't talk, but she clearly looks worried.
I'm fine. Are you okay?
She looks like she's considering something. She will.
Artemis,
You get back 3 points of health as Serenity leans down and kisses you. And you can feel the healing light. You can feel the healing. Like, your wounds are closing as Serenity shrinks back down to normal.
Artemis is just kind of stunned.
And Serenity immediately pulls back once she is fully short.
Artemis, you are considered stunned.
She's just blinking owlishly at Serenity
Serenity
Like-
is
over the
mutter-
rim of her glasses. Just
Serenity
like
is
if
muttering
question-
something in abyssal.
if question marks could appear over her head, they would.
Glorious.
I don't know who speaks. I think Aurelius is the only one who
Aurelius.
speaks abyssal.
Aurelius speaks Abyssal.
Yes.
Artemis does not.
So Aurelius can hear Serenity going, okay, just what the fuck were you doing?
Wait, what'd you say? Sorry?
Serenity is... She just said, Evictus, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
Evictus?
Dawn, you know exactly
Oh, I
who that
know.
is.
Religion check question mark?
I'm gonna say no.
Alright,
Not one that you would have heard of.
alright.
Artemis is just openly staring at Serenity. She's like, I don't. I don't speak that.
She says that she's glad you're safe.
That doesn't answer Serenity.
Serenity puts her hands together. She kind of like looks at Artemis. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I Shit.
If you look close enough at Artemis, her cheeks are very pink.
The person in my mind tends to get rid of my inhibitions, especially immediately before and immediately after I regain full control.
So you wanted to do that.
Yes.
Artemis just kind of stares at her for a moment and takes a deep breath. We're going to talk about this once we leave this tower.
Winces. I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for, but we are going to talk about this in private. She glances over at Aurelius and Elizabeth.
Elizabeth has her
says-
back to you guys, like doing that really awkward, almost like you'd hear her whistling, trying not to pay attention to what's going on behind her.
Aurelius is inspecting the inside of this thing, and it's a bit more specifically the head. It's like, what the hell?
There's a number of
How does this even...
runes that have been carved into the steel.
Mm-hmm. Aurelius is going to look over to Artemis, and he chucks the head in his hand, almost gesturing, "Do you want to have a look?"
And she's like, yes, please. And she walks over.
I was gonna throw it her way.
Okay, you can throw it.
Yeah, he like chucks it towards her.
Oh man, what'd this be?
Whether or not she catches it.
Roll a sleight of hand check, Artemis. I kind of want to make it a sleight of hand using strength, but I'll just say sleight of hand. I'll be gracious.
Right at the dome piece.
Good, because she has higher dex than she does.
I'm aware. So you are able to catch it pretty easily, and start taking a look at the inner bits of it. Which again, it does have that bits of like sigil, like where the back of the head would normally be, with like bits of runes that move down, probably connecting to pieces that would be in the breastplate, and then from the breastplate likely into other places as well, like the shoulder pieces and such like that. It's very fascinating.
Oh yeah, she is entranced by this.
After a moment, Elizabeth, since you were kind of not paying attention to everything going on, roll a perception check real quick.
Okay. So what do I see?
You hear a faint skittering, like above you, of
Okay.
something small, and you kind of like look up and you get a kind of glimpse of something fuzzy, until you see
Oh no.
moving around and getting up to a position between some of like the ceiling beams is a fuzzy little face of what appears to be a weasel.
A weasel.
Yeah, a weasel poking their head out, looking down at you all. Kind of sniffs the air for a second before almost like moving, almost like a leisurely looking down at you all kind of pose.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of stays there for a little bit, lets you like guys have your moment, but it like seems to notice you, and it very obviously does like a little finger wave at you.
A finger wave?
Yeah.
Oh, one of those. Okay.
With this little finger claw, just like a little finger wave, just like a little.
If
Hello.
she'll just kind of do one back before going, guys?
But
Look.
Artemis will just ready one of her stones.
What?
Aurelius
We aren't alone.
Aurelius just looks up. He's not gonna come across as hostile, but at any moment he could throw up his shield and pull out his sword.
Of course.
Elizabeth isn't even reaching for her sword. She's still she just kind of gives looks very confused and still kind of has her hand up, like she's gonna, like she would still be waving, but she's kind of stopped halfway through. Like I'm waving at a weasel.
Serenity's walking towards it.
Artemis is
Yeah.
holding the head like she's going to throw it.
Perfect.
Hello?
After a moment, you say that, and it's like, sorry.
It runs?
Hold on.
Oh, there's a voice.
Ah, good.
Bringing out
You
the
do
voice.
speak common.
No! What?
Holy shit.
Hi!
Aurelius
Hello,
puts his
and
hand out to
greetings.
calm them down.
Hello. and
Hi.
greetings.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I'm sure you have more words that you can say except hello, but greetings.
Who?
You
Who are
be
you?
wrong right now.
Why are you? Tell
Raises
me.
her hand and takes a couple steps forward. Hey, can you
What?
help us? We're trying to go up.
Well, if you're looking to go up, there's certainly work that can be given to you. Are you worthy of accepting this assignment?
Depends on the assignment.
Yeah.
Good. You'll be better to speak with me in person. There are still a few obstacles along the way. I can help you with some of them, if you are willing to take up this potential assignment, or at the very least to hear me out. I am not...
Oh, you're speaking through a weasel.
I am speaking through the weasel, yes. I am projecting myself through the weasel to get a look at what was going on with the commotion of suddenly hearing a great deal of banging and clanging and such.
If
Are
those
those
are
yours?
signals.
I'm
those
afraid you
yours?
broke your sentinels.
It is bound to happen with people coming into the tower, yes. I'm aware.
Sorry.
I
Is this
am
your
not-
home?
I'm not... Home is a word for it. Tomb is another. Prison is a third. I am
Prison.
Hey,
not...
Artemis,
I
you
am
were
not
right
meant
about
to be
them
here.
holding somebody here.
Yes, that tends to be what can happen with these sorts of places.
It was.
My-
It's a prison of my own making, but that's beside the point. That's a
That doesn't
story
make it
for-
better.
No,
That does not make it better.
It does not. I'm glad you are understanding.
My deepest condolences. I apologize
Your name?
for the mess.
You may
Who
call
are
me
you?
Gadai.
Oh. Okay.
Do I recognize
Yeah.
this name?
Yes.
It's the name of the tower.
Yes.
The name of the tower.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't remember things.
You're fine.
Yeah.
I like that Elizabeth was the one to go.
Artemis just kind of reels back a little bit. Oh, you're alive. Oh,
Alive is very subjective at the moment.
sentient.
Well, regardless.
Sentient, yes.
Regardless, I am willing to hear you out, and if the rest of my comrades here are willing to join me on the ascent, then I am more than willing to sit down and hear you out. Have a
Wonderful.
Same.
conversation.
As I
Same.
said,
Same.
it would be better if you saw me in person, as it will help to explain a few extra details that I'd rather not to explain through a weasel. No offense to my own self and to my brilliance in coming up with this plan to be able to actually communicate.
Are you a person? Are you a person?
Yes. As I said, I am not the weasel. I am speaking through the weasel. The weasel is a
You weren't
conduit.
alive.
You'll understand when you see me.
I believe
Again.
it might be a bit more complex than what is presented to us.
Yeah,
Hence
that's why he
we
wants
could-
us up to go upstairs.
I also can't fully explain it.
Can I check
It's
out the
better
weasel?
to see.
The weasel's in, like, the rafters at the moment.
Can I carry the weasel?
I'd prefer not to be putting my only capacity with which to see, hear, and speak to you in danger. No offense meant. You're very capable. However, I do have some things that will be a little further up that are more dangerous. Forgive me. Again, I was expecting no such company, or no such need for company, but things happen.
You didn't want company.
Oh no, I was working on something that could potentially kill people. Obviously, I wouldn't want people to walk in, accidentally get caught up in it, and die. I have enough
that what you
common sense not to do that. And common decency.
Transmutation magic of the undead.
Oh, you're a quick study. Did you get a hold of some of my papers, or...
The giant
He pats
chicken.
the backpack.
Giant chicken.
Giant chick... What giant chicken?
There was a giant chicken
Giant-
that broke into a tavern and tried to kill people.
With 2 other
There's-
undead.
Like, the weasel, like is looking back and forth, like... I haven't been raising the undead. That's not my shtick. I've been studying the process of what is the difference between transmutation and necromancy, to see if there's something in the animation that is different, and to see if that could potentially lead to things like healing or into potential longevity. Eternal life and stuff, yeah. I don't care about living forever. I just want to be able to see my name stand for something better than myself. I'd like to see it stand at all right now, but you'll understand.
You're not
Regardless
going to be standing
of
now, aren't you?
what is going on, we shall assent, and we shall speak, and we shall come to our conclusions then.
Good. The main problem is going to be in the next floor. There is a way to get from that floor to the higher floors at a much quicker ascent. You just have to get past one of my golems. Much more
Golem.
dangerous than the animated armors that you were fighting, in that it is a... Well, if you have no capacities with dealing magic to it, magical nature or such, you effectively won't hurt it.
Oh, yay.
I might have
Aurelius looks
stashed
himself
something.
up and down.
I might have stashed something around that might be able to assist you with that. However, it would probably be in my scrolls. I might have left it. Would it be up here or downstairs? Gods, it's been too long since I've had to think about that.
Many of your scrolls. I have packed them.
My notes or my spell scrolls?
Both?
Yes.
I find them absolutely fascinating. If I'm able to get up there, I would like to ask you some questions if you don't mind.
He seems to mull it over for a moment. Make a persuasion check.
I am proficient.
What?
17.
He seems like upset, mulling it over, lower jaw like wiggling back and forth for a moment before he kind of leans out. Taller gentleman who said he would acquiesce, please put your arm out and don't let it drop me. Please. I'm going to
Me?
jump on you. You look
All
sturdy.
right.
Sure,
Yeah,
he genuinely looks sad.
He holds out his shield almost like a platform to land on.
Marvelous. And he's going to... Actually, just for fun. He kind of skitters across it, but he's able to kind of like move his way over your shoulder, like and just jumps to the ground. Very proud, walk over to Artemis and kind of sits down. All right, what was the question you had? I won't have too long to discuss all this, as I have said. However, details and such. Show me the scrolls so I can see if there's any ones that'll be able to assist you all in this.
Okay, she starts pulling out the scrolls that she had rolled up
Mm-hmm.
from downstairs, along with some of the other stuff that she found in the study with the fireplace.
Mm-hmm. He will look it over. He will consider for a moment. He'll look up to Serenity and be, Madam, if you'd be a dear, there's a fireplace over there. Just stick the torch in and pull it back out. Easy peasy, you'll be able to get a light in it.
Go over and do as he instructs.
You go over to the fireplace. When you put the flame in there and you pull it back out, as you do, there's like a pull of some of the flame before it ignites. And this one is glowing a faint, like, very bubblegum pink color.
Artemis watches the fire, but she's also watching Serenity to a degree. She's just like fascinated. And then back to him.
Yeah,
I just had a
not me,
mental image when Kendall said that of like that anime looking at your crush scene.
as you do.
Not me. Not me imagining the party as like a Outrun style, because the pink lighting.
The bubbles. The little anime bubbles.
Oh no, we went from a shonen to shoujo. Oh no.
We are a perfect blend. Shut up.
Perfectly. Shonen Joe.
Shonen Joe.
Aurelius pulls out the raven and places it next to the weasel. And perhaps this might be of assistance to us.
Not in the current moment, but it'd be a great way to communicate with me later.
Very
It's
well.
a figurine. One of my favorites for communications and such. But there are ones that are considerably better in other regards.
Very well. And he puts it back in his pouch.
So, let me take a look at the scrolls. Let me see if there's anything that I was smart enough to make. Like, he puts his little weasel hands on his cheeks and just drags it down like, ugh. But then motions to the scrolls.
She's gonna help him go through them.
Let's see if he actually how much he actually remembers.
If he's rolling, Artemis would like to give him advantage by just little suggestions here and there.
Gotcha. Good thing this guy is smart. He's not rolling hot on all of his rolls, but he's rolling good enough. He kind of pushes through some of them, and you kind of hear him just going, unseen servant. No. Useful, but not in this situation. Grease. Why did I write that one down? I remember why. I should put that away somewhere. That one might be useful. Let's see. There's one. Pulls out one of them and kind of like pats it. Looks between you all. I have no idea which one of you can capably cast some manner of magic, but if you can attempt to do so, this one right here would be able to assist you in the fighting of the golem. Very particular spell known to me. magic weapon. It would allow your sword, or kind of like looks over, bigger sword, to be magical. If it is already magical, it will give you no extra added benefit, but some people prefer to not have the magical benefit and get the potential to have their weapon molded by other craftsmen, as it were.
Aurelius just pulls out his great sword, but then he remembers his long sword, and
Decisions.
yeah, and now he's just looking at both of them, like holding him one in each hand. It's like,
I think
should I?
Elizabeth is the only one who doesn't have any magic to her name, though.
So maybe
Does
Elizabeth.
You have
Elizabeth
some
have a
mag-
sword?
You have some magic. You have your bottle.
Yeah, but that's not going to help in a golem fight.
No.
Does
it's not.
Elizabeth have a sword?
She does have a
Elizabeth
sword.
does have a sword.
Can Artemis cast this?
Yes. You need to make an Arcana check, but you have the highest potential chance to be able to cast it.
Yes,
Usually
22.
Would Elizabeth need to pull out her sword for this?
She can just touch the handle, effectively.
Okay, then she'll walk over to Artemis so she can.
So
Artemis reaches out
for
and
the
casts it.
for the next hour, the weapon is going to be a +1.
Okay.
So it does +1 to attack and damage rolls. Artemis, you are concentrating on this. So if you break concentration to cast a different spell, the spell will go off, and it will no longer be concentrating on her weapon.
Alright, she is concentrating.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do any others of you require assistance with your fighting capabilities in this respect?
Please.
Please? All right. Taking a different scroll, Gadai, pop it open, and your weapon, your greatsword, I would presume.
That's the only weapon I have.
It has a faint, like, sheen around the edge of the blade. Do not make me regret that. That's 200 gold worth of ink.
She smiles with like this "I'm so sorry" expression.
You'll have ways to pay me back, but we will need to move. Now, are you all ready?
Not me, actually. Uncertain if I should, because I have magic, but
You can smite.
yeah, I can do smite, and I can also inflict wounds. I can hellish rebuke.
You have options. You also have a
Yeah.
+1 weapon,
Yeah, I do.
which is generally magical.
Yeah.
Unless I told you it was non-magical, in which case you'll need to
You,
remind me.
it was dwarven made.
Yeah, that's the one that
And-
does the +1 to damage, not +1 to hit.
Wait, +1 to damage and not +1 to hit?
Yep.
It's still
Okay.
magical though, I think.
No. Not if it was
It's
the
not.
dwarven
Yeah.
made one. Because one of the things I'm doing is the ability to get them effectively worked on non-magically. Putting the magical seal on it effectively locks it in place. But if you get other craftsmen to work and polish it out, you can effectively enhance the weapon before you cast any magical spells and shit on it.
Alright. My only concern is that I only have 2 spell slots left. So it's a question of... I could main tank. I'd get something on my greatsword then.
Alright. We can roll investigation real quick. Yeah. How confident are you in your casting abilities?
quite frankly, I'm not much of an arcanist, he admits. But I've survived the abyss. I should be able to survive a golem.
Well, do you require something for your blade?
I'm not going to turn down a potential advantage. But unless other people need it more than I do, he says, looking around at the rest of the party.
I think I might have a enchanted dagger somewhere in here, but it was meant more as a joke than an actual weapon. But it can still do something.
What's the enchantment, if I may ask?
The enchantment was that if you slipped up with it, it would, for about 6 seconds, put the blade completely into the handle.
Aurelius looks over at Elizabeth.
Yes.
Sound like something you'd want?
No. But thank you. I'm partial to my sword.
Aurelius looks around the room, just checking if anyone else has any interest in it.
I can go retrieve it if you require me.
If no one else is offering up, not me checking if I have a thing for two-handed combat, like two-weapon combat, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do. Cool. In that case, I'll be able to use the longsword in one hand and this in the other.
And you use 2 light weapons.
Yeah, you're right.
If you
Never
have
mind
another
then.
dagger, you can use 2 daggers.
I do, but...
Oh, barbarian, man.
yeah.
Yep.
Nah,
The dagger is a common magic item that I call a silly dagger.
okay.
It is literally meant to effectively be a prank weapon.
But if you use it as a throwing dagger and it doesn't work, will it just return to the person's side?
No, it doesn't return like that.
Okay. Never mind then.
That'd be fun, don't get me wrong, but...
Alright, yeah. Ignoring it. Aurelius should be fine then.
Right, so you want the dagger? Or...
No.
No?
No dagger.
Okie dokie. Alright then. Shall we be off?
We shall.
Thank you.
Very much, actually.
Trust me when I say that there is plenty that I wish that I could do to make this easier for you, but it does not respond to me in this form. An unfortunate side effect of years of being a genius. And, well, it comes back to bite you when you don't think of everything and every single tiny little situation that you have.
Believe me, I understand.
Kind of squints at you like, They kind of just nods. Very well. Shall we go up?
Aurelius, are you leading the way again?
Did you take any hits?
Nope.
Very well. I shall.
Right. So, making your way up.
Making my way downtown.
Making your way.
Walking fast.
Well,
Jesus
Chester,
Christ.
Well, okay.
You guys head up the stairs, and G'day Weasel moves into the shadows, effectively like, I'm not here. I don't exist anymore. As you hear him go back up, effectively up towards the rafters again, where he just kind of like, doesn't quite settle in, but seems to be like kind of looking around, peeking around for something. And as you start kind of like moving around, are you just kind of like running into this, or are you taking a different approach? How are you approaching this?
Artemis is in the middle again.
Hmm?
She's just
So-
following.
It's like, Serenity, do you want to be next to Aurelius or taking up the rear?
I'll take up the rear.
Then I'll be, yeah.
Okay.
I'll be the one close to Aurelius then.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh wait, one of us should be close to Aurelius so that he can see.
You want to switch
Put the two
places?
blind people up front.
Go ahead. Okay, Artemis, we're switching
Artemis
spots.
is gonna be in the second spot.
Okay,
so
then
that
Elizabeth will
blind
be in the
man-
middle.
Gotcha. All right. And how do you want to approach it? Do you want to
Can I put my hand on Aurelius' shoulder and look around first?
make a perception check?
$26. Nat 20.
All right. As you get to the top of the stairs, there's like a thin layer of almost like this crumbling dust. As you quickly survey it, trying to get a better view of it, you're actually able to kind of peek through and just on like the edge of your vision see this almost this large melting looking entity. Like it looks like bits of it like pulling down on it as it just it's just meandering around. Excuse me. Bits of his face have seemed to like almost droop slightly as it kind of stops for a second, turns and looks around a little bit.
She relays this information back to them. There it is.
How do we want to go about this?
You can attempt to sneak in. You can just rush in.
I cannot sneak in. I need to be tank man.
You can sneak in. You can be sneaky tank man. You just be sneaky tank man up front.
With a disadvantage.
Yes.
Because chainmail.
Yes. I didn't say it'd be good at being sneaky tank man. Just that you could be sneaky tank man.
Well, I
Up to
mean,
you guys,
Aurelius
that's what I'm
doesn't
saying.
have to. Aurelius doesn't have to be the one to sneak.
Elizabeth is kind of sneaky.
And if Aurelius walks forward,
But she
as a
can't see.
Yeah.
Artemis sneaks.
Roll stealth check.
I am proficient in stealth. 22.
You kind of shift and kind of keep towards the wall. Move up to where there's like a dresser that's been pushed up against the wall, and you again hear the of it just kind of moving around. Interesting to note, despite the fact that this thing is very clearly got like this heavy kind of pushed into the ground steps, you did not hear it from downstairs. The floor is quite sturdy, apparently. But as you're kind of peeking around, you do see it. You do have it in range to attempt to hit it. If you wish to attempt to throw a magic stone at it, as in it's within 60 feet. You would have advantage on the attack because it does not know you were here yet.
Yeah, that's what she's gonna do.
All right.
Yeah, I can already hear Serenity screaming.
With
That's a
advantage.
20.
With advantage. Roll one more time.
Oh.
See if you get a natural 20. Yep, so with a 20 will hit. As you crack it upside the head. Ooh, 11.
That's an 11.
Yep. That is a good start. As it kind of like, its kind of head kind of slides to the side slightly and slaps back into place as it turns its head. And it kind of just lets out this kind of this soft wind bellowing a howl as it turns to begin moving towards you all. Roll initiative.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay.
I get them bad initiative rolls, but once I'm actually in combat.
Oh, poor Paris.
Paris knows this feeling.
Nothing but pain.
It returns, Paris.
It works
I
really
don't
well because
want-
Elizabeth got the nat 20 and you got the nat 1.
I don't want back here. I don't deserve this curse again.
What do you mean?
Wasn't that enough?
What do you mean this curse again? No one cursed you.
Meg wasn't enough. That wasn't enough for you.
Never is.
Just imagining Serenity's whole reaction to Artemis just chucking something at this massive thing.
Just like, ah! Elizabeth, you are first on the initiative as this thing begins to run towards Artemis, who has thrown a rock at it. It
How
is
much
currently
can I
within
See.
not far enough to be able to see it yet. Right now, it's out of your vision.
Does
Even with the
Serenity...
torch.
Okay, fuck it. Elizabeth is going to run in towards the noise she hears.
Okay.
And, let's see here. How would I go about rolling my swing at this?
Because you have blind fighting, you wouldn't have
Uh-huh.
to roll because you would know when you're within 10 feet of it.
Okay.
I did say it was 60 feet from Artemis, who had snuck up a little bit. So when you move up to 30 feet, it is not within 10 feet of you. You can hold your reaction to attack it if it gets within range of you, if you would like.
She's going to. She's just going to have her sword out and paying very close attention to the feeling of the room.
Gotcha.
Artemis is concentrating.
Artemis is turn.
Yes. Okay. She is going to throw another rock at it.
Swiggity swooty.
Gonna turn off advantage.
Mm-hmm. That will hit.
22.
Yep.
9.
I just
Check.
kind of punches another bit of goop into it as it just keeps moving towards you. Do you want to back up at all?
Yes.
So you're like, all right, now it's time to backpedal. The golem is going to, let's see here. Okay. Is going to move up and almost seem to be kind of bubbling slightly as it seems to almost increase its speed very quickly and it is within range for you to be able to hit it. Elizabeth. Swing away.
Oh.
That does barely miss. As the things seem to almost like slide out of the way of it.
I used hand axe by accident.
You're
I
right.
somehow. So hold on.
With the yeah.
Nope, same thing. Never mind.
With the +1 though,
Would it hit?
that does hit.
Okay.
16 does hit. Click on that long sword. So 13 points of slashing damage as it runs up and you just whack right into it, and it's kind of ew. But it's like this soft clay, clumpy material as you carve into it. Like, right, not alive, still weird.
It's like, eh.
That was its action to do. Aurelius.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is run up and it seems to be effectively trying to plow over Elizabeth because it is a big boy. Now that you're able to get a better, even vague view of seeing it. It is large.
Okay.
He's a mad lad.
Madius Ladius.
Yes.
Daddy is.
Aurelius. Hold on, let me read the specifics of this. Okay. Is it within reach for me to be able to touch it?
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds.
All right. So you run up, hand pulsing with necrotic energy. Roll to hit.
Bad roll. Naughty.
Naughty dice go to dice jail.
This is digital dice.
Digital dice go to dice jail.
So you're saying bring out the real ones?
Hand swings right past it as it almost connects with it, but it is you misjudge its size slightly, and you just kind of pass right by it. So that is your turn.
I don't have any bonus actions I can really use, so yeah.
Gotcha. Serenity.
Bong.
Swung.
Rage. Alright, rage, and then bong.
Right. Skin turns that more reddish maroon color. Size increases slightly as you step up.
Reckless.
Barely hits.
Kadonk.
All right, 16 points of damage. You wham! 17 points of damage.
Artemis openly staring.
Good cleave, good cut. Elizabeth.
Okay. After shaking off that weird feeling of hitting clay, she's just kind of goes, okay, let's see if I can do this again.
Swoogity swoogity, hit that booty.
She does.
Good luck,
And-
Brian.
Do. Nice, nice.
And just kind of gets back into a fighting stance, and a grin kind of starts spreading over her face now that she's actually fighting.
Gotcha. Not bad, not bad, not bad. All right. Artemis.
I'm going to throw my last rock at it.
Whap. Miss.
And it misses.
Yep.
And I back up some more.
Did you want to re-up your magic stones?
And I would like to re-up my magic
You
stones.
cast a spell. You got 3 more in hand. Ready?
Oh, wait!
Hmm?
Wait.
Yep.
I have to keep concentration, right?
Magic stone is not concentration.
Okay, I guess. Okay, yeah, then I do that.
Yeah, don't worry. I've checked that. Who are going to
Thank
be
God
the
for this cantrip.
poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need?
Huh?
So it is going to be Elizabeth and Aurelius.
Okay.
Mhm.
Actually no, I can hit all three of you. So one for everyone.
Yay.
Who are we hitting?
The golem.
All three
Wait.
but you.
Oh,
All
We're
of us
hitting
but
on
you.
21 to hit Elizabeth.
Hits.
Make a con save.
Con save? Okay. No.
Failure. Yep. You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage, and your hit point maximum is reduced by that same amount.
Oh, shit. Okay.
It's not permanent, but
Yay.
yes. Pain.
Very much.
Natural 20 against Paris, so I don't have to roll the advantage. That's not so high. Oh, that one was a little high. Con save as well, Paris.
No, take that off. There we go.
Okay, so you succeed. You take 24 halved to 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And Aurelius, 20.
20 damage, you said?
20 to hit.
Oh, 20 hit. Yeah, that hits.
Con save.
Con? Where did I put my con? 12.
Fail. You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and your hit point maximum is reduced by 11.
Mm-hmm.
That is its turn. It can only... you also see, as it finishes the third hit, you watch as its form seems to become sluggy, like, just like, not sluggy, very, very soft. It seems to soften. Almost like whatever it did to do that allowed it to be harder, and whatever has happened has now ended, and it is softer, meaning it might be easier to hit.
9.
Yay!
Devil punch.
Devil punch it.
Wait, it was, I took 11 damage?
11.
Didn't I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for whatever damage that is.
Yeah. And now my max HP is not what it was.
Correct.
Reduced by 11.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah. Cool.
Why didn't we pin it?
If you're looking for the damage type in our DMs, we never specified.
I thought you specified some of this.
Hang on, I got it.
So I'll look at it more later, like I said. So Aurelius, what are you doing on your turn?
I mean, I guess I'll... Wait, it hit me?
It hit you. Which
That was
did also
weird.
hit your friends, so you can't make a swing at it before your turn.
Alright.
Or Sentinel.
I'll do that then with my longsword one-handed.
Swing way.
Yep.
That one will miss.
What are these rolls, man?
I've told you how I do flanking, right?
Maybe like if you did, I don't remember.
If you get
I know
onto
it's in the Discord.
Yeah, and if you get onto the other side of an ally to flank with them, you add your proficiency bonus again. Obviously, you can't do that on D&D Beyond, but effectively you'll be adding at this level another +2 to hit. So I imagine on your
Okay.
turn you can move behind it to try and get that extra +2 to hit.
I mean,
Unless you don't want the extra +2 to hit.
I'm just confused. Like, where is everyone? Everyone's just
You're right in
Like-
front of it at the moment.
okay.
If you slide around, you'd be able to get onto the other side of it.
What Aurelius would try to do is slide underneath it to do that.
Sure. Make an athletics check just for the flavor of it.
All right.
You can make it there just for flavor.
Can I play the game?
Alright, so you
Like,
slide, you
nat
kind of
one.
you kind of like put your foot against it, and you both kind of like you look up to it as it looks down at you, and you both just you just kind of like slide to the right, just like no, thank you. Go
why
ahead and
have I
make your
gotten
attack.
the bad orange?
You're getting it out before you attack.
Okay.
That will hit.
There we go. That's something.
I told you, you're getting out the bad RNG.
9 damage for that.
Yep, just whack right across the side of it, and again, it's a lot softer. It cuts into it pretty easily.
Yeah.
which-
And then it hits me. It does the damage, and then Hellish Rebuke as a reaction.
It didn't hit you.
Oh, it didn't.
No.
But
It looked at
then
you.
then when did I take the 11 damage?
That was from
On
its
its turn.
turn.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
You're fine.
Brains.
It's
Mm,
we're gonna be wrapping up soon. Don't worry.
yeah.
Serenita.
Yeah.
Reckless! Bonk.
Paris is pleading for this to end soon.
Wait, what?
You don't want to get hit by
Wait.
this thing. You do
Wait,
not want to
someone's-
get hit by this thing.
Not again, no.
Someone's pleading for it to end?
No. He's saying it because I keep recklessing, hoping I'll crit the thing.
Yeah, sorry, brain's not fully here right now.
Stop trying to hit me and hit me, you fucking rock, bitch!
It has hit you.
Bring it on!
Bring it on,
Bring it on!
Elizabeth.
Okay. Feeling a little lost, losing her balance for a second after that hit, and feeling a little off. She's gonna kind of stretch her neck a little bit and swing again.
Swing, swing.
Elizabeth and Aurelius. Oh, I'm losing a bit of blood. That's a gallon of blood. Oh.
Okay, that definitely
Yep,
hits.
that will. A gallon's a little bit, right?
Just a little. There we go.
There's only 1.2 gallons of blood in the human body!
I'm still standing.
I'm
I'm
still
good.
standing, maybe not
No.
for very long.
Oh, Elizabeth is gonna-
see.
Elizabeth still has a big old grin on her face despite the fact that she looks quite pale, which is saying something because she was already quite pale.
Yep,
It's not pale, that's paper white. The fuck?
Artemis. Reminds me. For later.
I want to throw my axe.
Okay.
Am I close enough to throw my axe?
You are close enough to throw your axe. You have to scoot forward a little bit, but you can do so.
She's gonna scoot scoot.
Into the dude?
Scoot her boot.
That will hit.
22.
Yep.
That'll be an 8.
Not bad, not bad, not bad. This thing is starting to kind of flake off a lot more, falling into pieces a little bit more. But it is now its turn. Who's it gonna be? Who's gonna feel the pain you see?
Hit me, pussy!
Rude.
Exactly, that's the point! Hit me!
How dare you assume its gender? It identifies as a threat.
Hit me, pussy bitch!
Roses are red. Hit me, pussy bitch.
Roses are red, violets are blue. If you don't hit me, I'm gonna cut you in two.
I think Serenity's just trying to keep it from looking at Artemis again.
I'm trying to keep him from looking at anyone, because all you
It-
motherfuckers is looking pale.
It swings at Elizabeth and Aurelius.
You
No.
bitch!
I rolled to see which one would hit. I even was like, I'm going to roll it 2 more times just to see. And I rolled for Aurelius and Elizabeth.
You
Bring it! Bring
I
it!
want you dead!
Bring
Wait.
it!
19 to hit Elizabeth.
It hits.
26 to hit Aurelius.
Oh my car!
Macaw!
I need a con save from both of you.
Oh, God. Nope, Elizabeth is gonna take it.
Yep.
Oh, 22.
So you don't have your reduced Zark. Elizabeth. Friend.
Yeah. How bad is it gonna be?
Well, you got a little bit of health still, right?
Yeah. I'm double digits.
Yeah. You take 18 points of bludgeoning damage, and your health is reduced by that amount.
Do you want to know something really interesting?
Huh.
I had 18 left.
No.
Elizabeth is down.
No.
Elizabeth is down.
So
My
she
turn
is-
now, right?
No. 14 points of bludgeoning damage to you, Zark.
You guys just watch Elizabeth fall backwards.
And don't reduce max HP.
Yes, you don't.
Okay. I'm gonna do Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
And this is my last spell slot. So I hope 17 damage.
That does not beat a 14.
Alright, so yeah, 14 and then 17 damage, yeah. Cool.
So that is 17, which will make that... Yeah, this thing is looking bad, which means it is back to Aurelius' turn.
Would I have that sentinel from friend being hit by friend?
No, you
Wait.
do not have 2 reactions. Your reaction
Okay.
was to Hellish Rebuke.
Okay, cool. In that case, yeah, Aurelius is going to once more into the breach, swing his long sword because that's all he can do at the moment. Unfortunately,
Sling his long lad.
he's long boy, and
Is that a
that's an
euphemism?
18,
That will hit.
and 13 damage
How do you want to do this?
again.
Yeah.
Nice.
How do you want to do this?
So what is this thing's form?
It's humanoid in its shape, but it's like a clay sculpted, not fully baked and like hardened. So it's still like very soft and malleable.
And it's larger than me, right?
Yes, it's
Like-
larger than you.
I would like to climb up its knee. It like launch myself up off its knee if possible,
You wanna
and
do-
stab into the side of the like between the collarbone, like between the shoulder and the neck, if that makes sense.
Uh huh.
Like stabbing downwards into that,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
and just rip and tear through with his sword.
Gotcha. So you
Well, nothing
move
remains.
up as it turns after it's hit you. It's like getting ready to adjust itself, but as it does so, it leaves its knee just enough. You kind of like step up and just ram your sword into it, and just use your chainmail, your shield, your body to just drag through the thing. As this just entire chest just splits open. No guts, no glory, nothing like that. It's all clay, but it's just split apart to the point that the half of it's just like flopping slightly more and more until it starts to peel back, and then you just hear this as the head and the rest of it just falls to the ground. The other part of it just kind of wiggling around for a little bit before it just slowly keeps turning before it falls forward at your feet. Defeated.
The immediate thing Aurelius is gonna do after this is lay on hands himself.
Fair.
He has 10 10
Push over
current.
to Elizabeth.
What's a point equal to in HP? It
One.
is just
Point is equal to 1.
Yeah. All right, so I'll do the 10, all 10 then.
Serenity is running to Elizabeth.
Gotcha.
As is Artemis.
Gotcha.
And when she gets there, she's going to perform Cure Wounds.
Alright, cast Cure Wounds.
13.
How much health did you have as your new current max HP for right now?
If I didn't have to put in the 18 that knocked her out, it would have been 18.
She had health before that. She wasn't at maximum health because you were hit before, weren't you?
Yeah, it was 18.
No, you were hit before this creature has hit you.
No, actually, she wasn't.
Really?
Yeah, she hasn't been hit until this fight.
Yeah, you get 1 health.
I get 1 health. Okay.
Until you complete a long rest, you get no more than 1 health.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of watch her eyes open, and you can tell that her stare is very blurry, and she just kind of goes, "I'm okay. I'm okay."
Make a con
You're
save.
a liver.
Oh, I gotta make a con save too.
Oh, yeah. You're not
Oh, shit.
unconscious. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh no! No! No!
Yes.
No! No! No!
Yes.
No! No!
What?
No!
Sorry.
You were able to weather the brunt of it, but it feels a lot worse.
Okay, this is going to be a very fun rest of the session.
You can walk, but it's like, ow. I'm okay.
Artemis looks over at Serenity. Can you carry her?
Serenity nods and picks her up.
How? That's the big question right now. How are you carrying Elizabeth?
I'll do
Tina.
infernal stuff.
Thank you.
Why?
Reasons.
It's no matter. Nothing to worry about.
You are in my arms.
I appreciate it.
After a moment, you see Louisa pop his head up. Oh, good. You didn't die. Come, this way, this way.
Is there more danger that way?
I should certainly hope not. I only put that thing over there. I mean, there is a small little thing meant to spook people, but it's just lights. Goes into a room and there's suddenly just like this loud pop, 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 and you hear him go, ah!
Oh my.
I startled myself. Ignore that noise. Follow me. Ah.
Elizabeth. Serenity follows
With Elizabeth.
while carrying Elizabeth.
Aurelius needs a big nap.
If you're paying attention to the look on Elizabeth's face, she looks like all of her features have sharpened, and there is almost a coldness to her stare that you guys have never seen before.
Aurelius doesn't bring it up,
Serenity
but
squints.
S. You're staring.
Yes, I am.
May I ask why?
You can ask later. Come
Listen
into
to
the
him.
other room.
Just go.
She's still moving.
Okay.
He's standing on like this rug. He seems to be waiting for you all to join him.
Serenity's studying Elizabeth as she walks.
You're still staring at me.
Your features are changing.
Surprising how that works, doesn't it?
Once they stop, Artemis is gonna put her hand on Aurelius and also cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. Is that your last spell slot?
Yes.
Gotcha.
how much is that?
11.
11.
That goes over my new current max HP.
So it
Wow.
stops at the maximum that you currently have.
Yeah.
Which again, you will not be able to get back until you complete a long rest.
Yeah.
Clay Golem's hurt.
Aurelius has no more spell slots. Yay.
Alright,
Kind
you're
of-
all here, you're all alive. Good. Now I'm going to show you the secret shortcut. However, you cannot use the secret shortcut because, well, when I made this secret shortcut, I decided I want to be able to use it. And anyone else, fuck you. Not my greatest idea in hindsight, but I didn't need company.
So are we not able to use it?
I can use it. And he
what
puts
he
his
just said.
he puts his little paws on the rug, and the rug has this symbol that glows underneath your feet, and it just seems to like do that kind of beam of light all around you in a ring around you. It kind of like rises up for a second, and you kind of feel like you're lifted into the air slightly as it kind of goes up to effectively a pillar that just completely blocks anything around you from sight, before it slowly seems to like shift, like the rug beneath you shifts, slows, and then stops. And you feel yourself being put back down, and the wall of light around you drops down slowly, and you enter into what is effectively some kind of laboratory. There's a lot of different potions that are bubbling about. There's little bits of paper strewn everywhere, and in front of you is a man, a bit older looking, you would presume. You can't quite tell, as they look to be mid-motion, completely frozen, stuck, encased in a large crystal.
Fix that.
Say that again?
Well, that is definitely a new one.
Oh yes, it's new to me as well.
So how do we fix it?
That is what I'm here to ask you about. And I'd say that is a good note to end the session on.
Oh, next session's going to be very interesting.
Oh,
Shirley does have a question for Elizabeth. It's very blunt.
Ask away.
Why are you suddenly so rude?
I'm hurt. What do you expect me to be? Happy and cheerful?
No, but to be kind to people who healed and carry you.
Aurelius is just gonna sarcastically be like, yes, cheerful and loving and caring.
If you are not happy with how I am treating you, you can put me down.
You are not the first, nor you will be the last to abuse me. But that does not mean you do not deserve some carring. Carring? Wow, the country came out.
If it's all the same to you, I would prefer some silence for the moment.
Happily.
And on that note, as I said, we'll end the session there. So, animated armors and clay golem.
And a new side of Elizabeth that you guys get to try to figure out.
Oh yes. Paris.
So why did
Yes.
This golem was created to keep people out. The lowest it can drop a person's HP to is 1.
Okay.
I saw you freaking out and I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
oh no.
Oh yeah, no. I had considered that. I'm aware of you guys' level. I'm going to let you guys know this now. You're not likely to run into any any encounters and stuff later, but don't level up yet. You guys should be leveling up shortly after this, but don't do so yet.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know that is coming after this.
Also, Dawn,
Yes.
I will retort with something. Because I know you said, I'm aware of your levels, so the implication being I'm not going to throw some that you can't handle. I would like to point out that something that can petrify and therefore take you out of the game for a long-ass while is CR3.
What, basilisk?
Yes!
I haven't done that to you.
Yes, you have.
Oh, I
Not
did.
this group. Yes, you have.
No, not a basilisk.
Yes!
That was the cursed ones. And there was a way to unpetrify you in the room.
I'm aware. That doesn't mean that it's not a CR3 creature.
CR3, CR1, somewhere in that range. Anyways.
It's CR3. I just looked at it because I was...
That's a basilisk you're
Anyway.
still looking at. Anyways. Thank you all for watching with us. This is always so much fun. I never know what to expect with you guys. You guys always have this thing that just like zings out of left field. I'm just like, now I got to deal with that. I love you, but good God. Well,
I just made a friend with a weasel.
so you have. That being said, we will see you all in 2 weeks. So on the 7th of March, we should be streaming this again. So until then, I hope you all are well, that you have great and wonderful weeks, and we'll see you all later. Bye-bye!